Your journey into these lessons began one way. You have learned the importance of establishing good credit. We have educated, equipped, and armed you with important information to begin the next chapter of your credit life. We are outlining the steps to get you back on the path of good credit. Now it's all up to you. We can only teach you and take you so far, but you must do the work. So be patient, be persistent, and be encouraged. Your change started the moment you decided you wanted better credit. Now, in lesson 1, we had covered the emotional bondages of bad credit and how it cost you a lot of money to remain on the bad credit path. Lesson 2 and its chapters, we covered the who, what, when, and why companies review your credit and make personal decisions about you. Within these lessons, we also talked about how having bad credit can cost you getting a job. Make no mistake about this. This is becoming common practice and will be used more in the future. In lesson 3, we discussed the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is normally called FCRA, and how they have laws in place to protect what gets put on your credit file. We also talked about what the credit bureaus do with the letters you send to them and what they do with frivolous letters as well. And remember, they are protected under the FCRA too when it comes to frivolous letters. So be sure you only put 5 items on your letters that you send to them so that you can stay under the radar and protect your rights. And in this lesson, lesson 4, we are now going to give you the letters and tell you how to use them correctly so you will not be on the credit bureau's frivolous letter list. So let's begin. There are different rounds of letters you will send out. Round 1, round 2, and round 3. Each are sent out at different times and for different reasons. And we are giving you a total of 5 in all 3 of those different rounds. So, round 1 letters include letter 1, which starts the investigation, and it goes to the credit bureaus. And letter 2 is sent at the same time as letter 1 to your creditors, who is reporting the information on you to the credit bureaus. We talked about that in previous chapters, how they have to pay to be a member. Round 2 letters is letter 3. And it is the dispute after the investigation, the prove it letter, which is used when they claim they have verified your information through eOscar. Now, round 3 letters, that's letter 4 and 5, and these letters are a little bit more forceful. By now, you should have credit monitoring in place and have downloaded and printed your credit report. It will make the process easier. Hopefully, you have highlighted and made notes on your credit report of the negative items you wish to dispute. In the lessons resource section, you are able to download the dispute letter tracking sheet. It will help you keep organized and on track while you are going through this whole process. The first set of letters you are going to send out is round 1 letters. It is composed of letter 1 and letter 2. As discussed earlier, letter 1 starts the investigation process, and letter 2 goes to the creditors while you're sending out your letters to the credit bureaus. And remember, both letters are to be sent out at the same time. Now, you want to stay off the credit bureau's frivolous list, so do not dispute any more than 5 items on letter 1. Now, in this round 1 process, there are 3 letter 1 letters you must prepare. 1 letter goes to Experian, 1 goes to TransUnion, and the last letter is sent to Equifax. In the body of the letter, list no more than 5 disputed negative items from your credit report. I know you've heard me say this over and over again throughout these courses. And the reason why I stress this is because you do not want to be labeled as having frivolous disputes with the credit bureau. So list no more than 5 disputed negative items. With letter 1, there are also a few other things you will need to attach to them. Make 3 copies of your driver's license, 3 copies of your Social Security card, and 3 copies of an updated utility bill, and attach them to each letter 1 letter when you send it to the credit bureau. So This is how it's going to look. You're going to have one letter going to Equifax, and that one letter going to Equifax is going to list the no more than 5 disputed items on your credit file. And then you're going to also attach a copy of your driver's license, social security card, and an updated utility bill. The same process is going to happen when you send the same letters out to the other 2 credit bureaus. Make sure you attach a copy of the driver's license, social security card, and an updated utility bill. So that's going to be 3 separate letters with 3 separate attachments going to each one of those letters. Why are they needed, you may be asking? Well, the reason why they are needed is to help identify who you are and to make sure you are not using a credit repair agency to help you dispute your information. It's not against the law to use credit repair agencies, but credit bureaus do not like it when you do. Also note that at the end of each letter, make sure you sign your letter. Don't do any type of e-signing on this. Make sure you sign it in your own handwriting. That way, when you sign it, they look at your driver's license and they can match the signature and also prove that it is you who are disputing the information. And this also reduces down your disputes being categorized by the credit bureaus as being frivolous. Let's begin working on letter 2. Letter 2 is to be sent out at the same time that you have sent out letter 1. But this letter is going to be sent out to the creditors. If you have 5 creditors listed on letter 1, then you will have 5 different letters that you are preparing. Each will have different addresses and account numbers. With this letter, you can send a copy of your driver's license and an updated utility bill to verify who you are. You are asking for them to send you proof of the negative item that they placed on your credit report. You want copies of the original records, you want signatures, you want proof of date of the occurrence, the name, the address, the phone number of the original creditor, if it's a collection account, etc., etc., etc. This letter is to serve notice to the creditors. You want the actual documents, and it makes them search their records. By the time the creditors receive your letter 1, and entering your information into the eOscar system, the creditors on letter 2 are trying to find your information. If they cannot find it, then they must delete it. With this letter, they cannot just look into the computer and say it's been verified. So you are attacking your negative items from both ends at the same time. This process helps you to delete the items much quicker than waiting to send one letter to the credit bureau and then waiting 30 days and sending a letter to the creditors. So pay close attention. I'm going to break this down. This is how this process works. Letter 1, you're going to have a letter going to Equifax. It's going to say, I dispute items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to attach a copy of your driver's license, your social security card, and an updated utility bill. The next letter you're going to prepare is going to be to Experian. I dispute items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're also going to attach a copy of your driver's license, social security card, and updated utility bill. TransUnion, go through the same process. I dispute items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure that you attach a copy of your driver's license, social security card, and updated utility bill. Letter 2, which is going to be sent at the same time to those creditors, is going to be prepared, and it's going to say, letter 2 is going to be creditor number 1, copy of your driver's license and utility bill. Creditor number 2, copy of your driver's license and utility bill. Creditor number 3, copy of your driver's license and your utility bill, and all the way down to creditor number 5. And then make sure you sign on the bottom of each one of those letters, and I cannot stress this enough, make sure you sign those letters in your own original handwriting. Now, that's a total of 8 letters you should have. After you have written your letters, take them to the post office and get certified letters for each letter and write the numbers on top of each letter that you send out. This helps you stay organized. Now, you also want to take those certified letter numbers and use this information and update your dispute letter sheet with all of the above information that we just mentioned and mark your calendar. Give it about 45 days before you start getting responses back. Now, in a few weeks, you will start getting letters in the mail, and that will determine the round 2 letters that we're going to send out. Now, we have come to the end of round 1 letters. I suggest before you move on to the next set of letters, start the process of reviewing your credit report, preparing your letters, and sending them off for your round 1. These lessons are crucial, and it is important in the process to start now while you are in this lesson. Once you have mailed off all 8 letters, review the next lesson to prepare you for the round 2 letters you are going to send out. You're going to have to wait, though, until you start receiving the letters from the credit bureaus and the creditors before you start preparing any of your round 2 letters. During your wait time, reach out to us on our blog at www.newbeginningscg.com. The waiting can be a long wait when you are doing it by yourself. You don't have to do that. We will address your comments and your concerns or address any questions that you have, and you will be able to get updated information and access to other resources throughout this process. We are here to help you get there and stay there. This is a lot of information. You have come a long way. So let's start preparing your first round of letters and getting them sent out. Be encouraged. Stay in the game and don't give up. You got this. Until the next lesson, we will talk to you soon then. Blessings.